Ahead and jump on in here, and this particular project comes preloaded with two different files that you can open within the new version of Blender. And of course we have our 3D viewport here just right in front of us. We've got our lights and our camera, and I can always delete the cube if I wanted to, but we're going to actually do File, Open. We don't need to save this. We're going to go ahead and open up a new file. So you can grab the Bugatti pre-made folder, or you can grab the Xbox controller. I'm going to go with that one there. And there it is. This is a pre-made 3D modeled object ready for us to go. And that looks pretty realistic to me. I mean, I could go, whoa, all the way up into that charge port there. That's pretty cool. So let's play around a little bit. I'm going to grab one of these joysticks here. And you can do this with any other object that you want to, the main plastic, each individual button, the D-pad, whatever you want. But I'm going to grab just this joystick. Now, the point of this assignment is to better understand how to texture, how to color, and how to possibly add like a bump map to your object itself. The idea is basically, it's kind of simple. So you've got your buttons, or really anything here, and you can tell these are literally three-dimensional objects. They are popping out from the overall case itself, right? They are three-dimensional. But a bump map is going to give the illusion of three dimensions without ever actually modeling or sculpting anything. So the computer is going to be doing a lot of the hard lifting for us. So first things first, let's go ahead and grab one of the joysticks if you want to. We're going to come over here. You can always grab the joystick as well over in this top right-hand portion. All these little triangles are different objects in the scene. In the bottom right-hand corner, I'm going to scroll down here, and the second to last option is a circle with kind of a little checkerboard pattern on it. This is my material. You'll notice that this particular object comes preloaded with two materials already. We've got our analogs and our analog bump. Okay. Now the analog bump is going to be this little rubber ring around here, and the main analog is just the joystick itself. So I'm selecting one of those, scrolling down just a little bit, and you'll see there's a little option that says base color. And right now it's set to white. Let's click on that and let's change that to any other color you want. I'm going to do blue. Why not? And nothing happens. Well, that was disappointing. Well, why didn't anything happen? Well, that's because if you look in the upper right-hand corner of your main viewport here, you'll see four circles. The first one is wireframe. The second one is just kind of the texture, the main lighting. Then the third one is material, and there's our blue right there. Okay, and then the last one is actually a full render view. So this one's kind of neat. Look at that. It's got light and shadow. I can grab my light source and I can just move it around the screen, and it will actively render what I need. So let's leave it there. That looks pretty cool. All right, so now I'm a little more familiar with this 3D world. Let's jump back to our material view so we can see the color, but not have to render everything. It's going to save on our computing power. So I've got my joystick here, and now I've made the analog, the plastic part, this kind of blue color. Let's change the bump color, base color here. Let's change it to like a yellow. Why not? Okay, there we go. Now what's kind of neat is I can scroll down a little bit and you see all these different numbers, and it looks complicated, but it's not. Just read what it is. Metallic, 0%. Well, what if I want this to be like gold? Well, I guess that's more metallic. Let's crank that up a little bit. Look at that. Looks a lot more shiny and metallic now, right? What if I wanted to have, I don't know, a clear coat? So I want it to be kind of shiny. Let's crank that up a little bit. It's going to take a second to render. Now we've got a shiny gold. We started with a flat yellow, but now we've got this shiny gold color. Let's see what it looks like in the render view. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. We can crank that up even more if we wanted to. And there's lots of other options. I can turn up a sheen. Just turn that on a little bit. It takes a second for the computer to render it out. Give it kind of a little bit more shininess, right? Let's turn up our clear coat even more. I want this thing to be really shiny. Let's do something like this. Okay. Whoa. Really shiny. Okay, what else? Make it even more metallic? Why not? Wow, now that, look at that. That looks like a shiny kind of gold bronze color. That's pretty cool. So let's say I wanted to add something slightly different, more so than just a flat color with a shine. What if I wanted to add like a texture? Well, let's go to our analog part, the blue part here. Let's make this like a crispy wooden color. Okay, I know that sounds weird, but let's go with it. Okay, so here's what we need to do. If we're going to start adjusting things in the computer, we need to actually go into these windows and really start changing and twisting things around. Again, it sounds complicated, but it's not. In your viewport window, go to the upper right-hand corner and you'll see your mouse transforms into a little plus symbol. Click and drag out another window. Now, why would I ever need two 3D viewports? Well, that's because if I was doing some modeling, maybe I want to see it from the side and I want to see it from the top at the exact same time. It's the same object, right? But I'm seeing it from different vantage points. Well, we're not really worried about too much about that. What we're worried about is something totally different. So in this new window we've opened, in the upper left-hand corner is kind of a little tic-tac-toe board with a circle. Click on that button. We're going to change from our 3D viewport down to our shader editor. Again, this looks more complicated than it actually is because this new green window that we have here, this little pop-up here, is the exact same thing we have over here. It's just telling us about how metallic it is or how the roughness is, anything like that. Well, we're going to do a little bit extra. So let's zoom out just a hair. I'm going to add a texture. I'm going to add an image texture. And when I click on that, see this new brown window here? It kind of gets stuck to my mouse. Let's click and place it right there. And I'm going to go ahead and upload. Now, I've already grabbed a texture of wood. So I'm going to do open. I'm going to find my wood photo right there and click open, just like so. Now, nothing happened. Why? Well, because I've just uploaded my picture to this window, but I haven't told the computer how I want it to interact with my colors. So instead of this plastic joystick being blue, I want to connect my color. Look at that, like I'm pulling a wire out. Connect the color to my base color. I'm telling the computer I want the base color to be my wood picture. And look at that. There it is. All right, now I've got this like wooden chess set looking texture going on here. That's something different. I have not seen a wooden game controller before. Let's go even further though. Let's see what else we can do. So we're going to tuck that aside real quick. Let's do add, what could we do? Let's do another texture. Add texture, image texture. So same window as before, this kind of brownish orange window. This time we're going to add what's called a bump map. I'm going to do open, bump map, open image. Now again, it's not connected to anything, so it's not doing anything. Well, what is a bump map? Well, here's one right here. So I just downloaded this from the internet, and you'll notice that mine has really hard edges. You could also make one that's kind of blurry, like a cloud, and kind of soft and fuzzy looking. That would work too. The whole idea is basically anywhere that is white, it will raise the object. Anywhere that is black, it will lower the object. So this is going to make kind of a mosaic tile kind of effect. But what's neat is, again, you're not changing the model at all. You're making an illusion on your object. Okay? All right, so let's try that. So that's already in the computer ready to go. Now I need to tell it how to interact with my texture that I already have. So let's do add vector bump. There's our new window. You can place it anywhere you want to, that's fine. All right, so let's go through the logic here. I've got my black and white picture ready to go. I'm connecting the color to the height. And the idea basically is anywhere that's black goes low, anywhere that's white goes high. It's changing the height. Then I'm going to connect the word normal over here to the word normal. I'm just telling the computer I want it to interact normally. It'll take a couple seconds to kind of chew through that information. And now we've got a wooden texture, a wooden photo, but look at those bumps all over the place, right? That's not molded like that. That's an illusion happening on the very surface. The computer looks like it's kind of chewing through that, but in factuality, nothing has changed. It's still smooth to the touch, but it looks like it's now lumpy looking, like a tile. Okay, now let's see. I can also always adjust the strength, how deep those crevasses go. I can change the distance, so I can really kind of play with all these different techniques here. I can also play with how that original picture interacts with the computer as well. So feel free, mess with all of these different options, because if you don't like it, you can change it. That's the best part. So now I've got a golden shiny ring over top of a joystick that's this wooden color, and again, that comes from this window. I've got a new bump map with this picture. There's my bump map, and it's telling the computer to interact with this particular object, in this case, the analog switch. When I click over to my render view, look at that. With that shadow there, that illusion comes alive. Look at how deep those little cracks and crevices look. Right? It looks like, oof, like lumpy, but it's not. It's still really smooth, but it appears to be different, right? Now, what's cool is you can do this with any object that you want to. You can make your own bump maps. You can make your own texture files, and you can make the entire thing feel very realistic very, very quickly. All right? Hopefully that was a little bit of help for you. Play around, have fun. You can even use your own model. You don't have to use the Xbox controller or the Bugatti model, but I want you to enjoy the process. All right? If you have any questions, comments, or issues, please refer back to your teacher. We are absolutely here to help you. You're going to do great. Talk to you soon. Bye.